everyone, Aidan Michaels here with Jack Weisberg, Double Overtime. It's been a long time. It's been since I think the Olympics episode in August, and we are embarrassed about it, I feel. But we're back. We've been busy, but now we're here. And today we've got a special video because it is March Madness time. Yesterday was Selection Sunday. I had to watch my Wisconsin Badgers lose the Big Ten championship to Michigan, but they still ended up getting a third seed, so it's fine. But today we're gonna do a bracket, and it's kind of off the cuff here. I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm hoping it'll show up on the recording. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But here's the screen. Hopefully you guys can see. We have the bracket challenge up. We've got Jack and myself in the corner. If you didn't notice our backgrounds, by the way, Jack's, I don't know, in Cancun maybe. I'm watching the Northern Lights, but anyway. So obviously Jack and I don't agree on every single thing. So what we are going to do is just go matchup by matchup, and we're going to have to agree. And sometimes we're just going to have to agree to disagree, but we have to only pick one team. So Jack, if you're cool with that, I'm going to let you start off with the South region and tell me who you got in this first game.
Yeah, in this first game, I don't really think it matters who wins in the play-in game. I have Auburn obviously taking this. I think they're one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah, I got Auburn too. Just out of curiosity, out of Alabama State, St. Francis, who do you think is going to win that game?
I have Alabama State,
So do I.
but I don't really think much of St. Francis.
Yeah, this isn't going to be the 116 upset if there is one. Gonna go Auburn. Next, we've got Louisville Creighton. I guess we could just switch off here. You tell me what you think. I should preface as I was telling you before we started recording. I was watching a guy named Peter Burns on ESPN say you get three brackets. So the three H's: hurry, head, and heart. Hurry is right when it comes out, you kind of just jot things down. Head is you sort of get a little analytical approach to it, and the heart is like this is what you really want to happen. I also have my upset bracket, but anyway, I've only done one of those brackets, and that's my hurry. So I just want to get that out of the way. This is just my hurry bracket, Jack. If you have more of an analytical approach, then you stop me. But I went for Creighton here. What do you have? You have Louisville.
I'm happy you did so. This was a bit more of my analytical approach.
Okay.
Creighton's played 3 games against UConn. They beat them twice. They played Marquette twice, beat them once. And they lost to Alabama, but the game was close throughout. So they have some big wins, including a win in Kansas. So I just think that I think Creighton, I'm not going to get ahead of myself,
Oh, you
but
think Creighton will be
Creighton is a good team, and they shoot well from the line, so they're built for the madness.
there you go. Well, I think we agree on our first two games then. And we head down to the University of California, San Diego, and Michigan. What do you
A
have?
game I could see us disagreeing on, especially depending on what games both of us have been watching. But I think UCSD's got something brewing. I know they have some losses against some teams they definitely should have beat, but and also completely understand Michigan just went on a hell of a run um to get the seed that they got, and but I have UCSD with an upset here in a close one.
Wow. So yeah, we do disagree. I haven't seen much of UCSD, but I have seen a lot of Michigan, including them beating us quite a few times. However, I'm hearing from a lot of people that UCSD could be the best 12 seed in history. I've heard that a lot. So I do have Michigan going through. However, again, we have to compromise here, and I'm willing to give UCSD the win here. One, because I do think that it's very, very close, much closer than a 5-12 usually is. But two, I don't really want to see Michigan go through, and I had to put them down because I do think that they're going to win, but I'm willing to compromise and put UCSD. So should we do that?
Yes, let's put UCSD. Let me just also say
Say.
Michigan can show up one day and they shit the bed the next. So I don't trust them.
Okay. Well, there you go. And I'm excited to see what UCSD can do. They need it there. I mean, they call it UC socially dead. And that's not my words. Those are the words of my friends that go there. So I'm very happy to see that they're going dancing and that they have a good chance to get past the Big Ten champs. So We'll head down to the next game. Number 13, Yale. Number 4, Texas A&M. Yale had that big upset last year, was it? And actually, I put Yale to go through in my bracket last year. This year, I have Texas A&M.
I also have Texas A&M. I think A&M's a strong team.
Yeah.
I think that they play ball the right way. The Yale team this year, though, I'm gonna say they play smart, but they do. They shoot a lot of threes, and they hit from the line. So anything could happen, but I see A&M winning by 8.
Right by 8. Okay, well, there you go. We
Yeah.
agree on that. Uh, Ole Miss, and then either San Diego State or UNC. I guess first, who do you have for winning that plan?
That's tough. I see it being SDSU.
Okay.
But I'm under the impression that no matter which way it goes, I think Ole Miss is going to drop this game.
Okay. Interesting. Why do you say that?
Say that because I really like SDSU this year. I also think UNC has a bit of a fire lit under their butt right now. A lot of people are talking a lot of shit about them. Um, and we got to remember this is one of the best collegiate programs in college basketball history that we're talking about. And they're going to want to live up to the UNC name. And I know that that usually doesn't mean getting bounced in the round of 32 or wherever however far this team's ceiling may be, but um, I just don't think that Ole Miss is your typical 6 seed.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, okay? Like you said, a lot of people are talking shit about UNC because they're saying, I guess that the athletic director for UNC is also one of the heads of the selection committees, and that's why they got a bid. I I agree that Ole Miss. I don't think Ole Miss is going through. I put UNC beating San Diego State and then beating Ole Miss. So now the question is, do we pick SDSU or do we pick UNC?
I'm cool with deferring to you. I think we have similar reasoning for why we think North Carolina can make a run.
Yeah, I gotta go with UNC. And like you said, it doesn't feel like it's March without UNC and Duke. Those two, I mean, that's such a fun thing. So we're gonna go with that. I guess it's not gonna let us pick which one, but we know it's UNC. Iowa State, Lipscomb. Did I say that right? Lipscomb?
I believe you did. Um, yeah, there's plenty of wrong ways to say it. I don't know if there's a right way to say it. But you know, I have Iowa State in this one.
Yeah.
I typically always have Iowa State in the past few years in the bracket. They play great defense and they move the ball in transition, and I like that.
All right, now that's an easy one for me. Iowa State. I should preface that Jack here is a much more knowledgeable head when it comes to basketball than I am. So if I do tend to give up on some of my picks for Jack, it's because I do trust in him very much when it comes to basketball. So,
Why? Thank you, Aidan.
well, of course. Moving on to our little brother Marquette and New Mexico. What do you got?
Um, you know, in my analytical bracket, I had New Mexico. They've been a sneaky team. The Lobos, the last couple March Madness tournaments they've been involved in, and this time I'm not taking anything away from Marquette. I think that uh they're a really good team, but I think that the Lobos and their pace and their peskiness, I have the Lobos.
Good. So do I, and primarily because I just can't stand Marquette. And I love watching them lose. And will they lose? I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and agree with you there and put New Mexico ahead. Um, all right, Michigan State and Bryant. I mean,
I mean, it could happen, but I got Michigan State.
and me as well. I actually, again, I don't want to root for any Big Ten teams here, and I'm not rooting for Michigan State, but I do like them a lot in terms of their skill and how good they are. Not actually like them as a team, but no, they're going to cruise past, I think. All right. Oh, geez, should we go west or should we go east?
Let's start up top.
Start up top. All right. Duke and American, or is that Mount St. Mary's, I believe.
Um, I got Duke
Yeah.
with or without Cooper. I got Duke.
I mean, look at how they played without him in the championship game.
Yeah, they're doing just fine.
LeBary, especially against either of these teams. I mean, I have American going through, but no one's going through Duke. No, American going through meaning beating
Yeah.
St. Mary's. Yeah. All right. Mississippi State, Baylor,
Um, this one I got Mississippi State.
me as well.
I think that Baylor's overrated. Arguably shouldn't even be in the tournament if it wasn't for their one win against Kansas. Like they've really, really just been a terrible team against any team with any March Madness relevance the entire year. So Baylor as a nine makes no sense to me. They're 19 and 14. Give me Mississippi.
I like it too. You know who went to college there? Football player, best quarterback in the league, probably right now. Dak Prescott, baby. All right.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're clipping that. That's for sure.
All right.
Wow.
We got the Ducks of Oregon and we got Liberty. What do you got?
I got Oregon. Yeah, I got Oregon. I could see an upset here, but Oregon's been playing some really good ball recently. So I ride the hot hand.
I agree. I agree. Moving on quickly, Arizona, Akron. Akron, Ohio, the birthplace. I found this out recently. LeBron and Steph were both born in the same hospital in Akron. I didn't know that. Pretty
It's
cool
yeah,
hospital. Yeah.
definitely a cool hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty great. Anyway, who do you got? The Cats or I don't know what Akron is, but or Akron. Jeez.
Listen, this is a matchup that could totally go to Akron. It really can. But Arizona's tough, man. I don't see them ducking out of a matchup with Oregon in the round of 32.
I'm right there with you. I think Arizona's a good team. Well, we'll get to the next part of it, but yeah, I think they're beating Akron. Moving down to very exciting couple of matchups coming up. BYU, VCU, BYU, who got the number one recruit in the country coming to play next year. There's a $7 million NIL deal. Made that announcement on first take, I think. But he's not going to be on this team, obviously, but he might be in attendance. But anyway, BYU, VCU, what do you think?
I have BYU. Shoot a lot of threes and they hit. VCU's also they were disappointing in their conference tournament.
They
So
almost lost. Went down right to the very end. And I know they were the one seed in that tournament, I think, right? Am I thinking of the right one?
I believe so. Yeah,
It's George
against
Mason.
Grand Canyon, right?
I thought it was George Mason. Oh, geez.
Same stuff,
Hey,
man.
journalistic standards, man. I blame myself. No, but I remember I forget who it was against, but yeah, they almost blew it at the end. They got the win, but I'm still picking BYU. I think BYU when they were unranked this year, toward the beginning, they were beating up on some good teams, and it kind of caught my eye at the beginning. I'm like, okay, wow, they can ball. All right, Wisconsin, Montana.
I have Wisconsin here.
Yeah,
I think that Montana is one of the worst teams in the tournament. They have a good coach, but I see Wisconsin taking this.
yeah, that's an easy one for me. Wisconsin, obviously, the team that I've watched the most this season, um, but they're not getting past Montana. One thing, or they are getting past Montana. There's one thing that scares me a little bit, which is it all depends on how Tanjay plays because when he's not hot, it can lose the game like it did against Michigan. When he is hot, he's the best player in the world. But it all depends on that. So we'll see how he plays in the big game. Um, we got St. Mary's and Vandy. I'll start off here. I actually have Vandy going through here. If you want to call it an upset with a 10-7, but I'm gonna take Vandy. Again, this is
Yeah, no,
a big bracket, so you don't like it.
I'd call that an upset for sure. I
Okay, you
think,
have St. Mary's.
yeah, I mean, St. Mary's, I'm sure you know this as a USC fan. St. Mary's held USC to 36 points this year.
Whereas
36 points in a college basketball game.
yeah, where are USC in the tournament though? You know, USC's terrible. I love USC, but they're terrible.
I think that I think that St. Mary's can move through, but I'll defer to you on this one.
I
Uh,
would be down to do a rock paper scissors with you right now for it on
mm,
shoot.
sure, we could do it on shoot.
All right, ready? Rock paper scissors shoot. What do you got? What was that? Six.
I did this. Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Thank you.
What do you got? A rock? All right, we'll put St. Mary's through. All right, Bama, Robert Morris. I got Bama.
You got Bama, no questions asked. They're uh yeah, one of my favorite teams in the tournament.
There you go. Well, we got that bit of it done. Now we go down to the West and Midwest regions, starting off with Florida and Norfolk State. Don't tell me.
Knock Florida through for me.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure here. Um, well, I guess we'll go straight to the next one here. Yukon, Oklahoma. I have Yukon. I have Hurley.
I also have Hurley.
Okay.
Keeping his streak too. I have him covering as well.
There's just some, I know that they haven't been as good this year compared to, the last few years, obviously, but uh, there's just something about him in the tournaments, man, that you can't count on. And I know they're technically the favorite going into this game, but eights and nines are always 50-50, really. But yeah, it's got to be UConn, I think. It's got to be. Um, Memphis and Colorado State. Go ahead on this one.
Yeah, I got Memphis here. Um,
Okay.
really put no thought into it.
I had Colorado State. It's just like a fun upset that I always like doing a 12-5 upset.
Okay, I don't hate
No,
it.
but I'm putting Memphis. I'll put Memphis though, because realistically, yeah. Wisconsin was 5 last year and lost to 12 James Madison, so I always do a 5-12. I think I might have a
Respectable.
couple, so we'll get to that later. But yeah, we'll go with Memphis though. We got the Terps and the fellas down in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I picked my just how could this happen game, and I picked Grand Canyon.
Bang, so did I.
Let's go.
Let's go. Grand Canyon. Yeah, well, tell me why. Was this just a kind of a random thing for you, or
I mean, Maryland's got some big wins. Like they beat Illinois twice. But I was watching Grand Canyon in their conference tournament, and they were impressing. I thought that they don't turn the ball over a lot, and I just think that if someone in the West is gonna make an upset, it's between them and this next team we're about to talk about.
well, let's bring it to that. Go ahead. You have Drake.
I have Drake upsetting here. Yeah, I think that Missouri's overrated
Hmm.
as a team that's 2-11. I get that, they are in the SEC, but they're getting blown out in the SEC a lot. Listen, I totally get it. You could say, hey, they have wins against Alabama, they have wins against Florida. Those are two of the best teams in the tournament. Give me Drake.
I like Drake a lot. I'm not so sure about saying Missouri's overrated. I don't disagree with you. I don't necessarily agree. I don't really have an opinion on that. But what I do have an opinion on is I just think Drake is a very underrated team. So I have Drake going through. Uh, we get to Texas Tech and UNC Wilmington. I mean, I have Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas Tech is
Yeah, they're getting through.
playing great basketball.
Yeah. Kansas, Arkansas.
I have
I
Arkansas here.
So do I.
There we go.
Look at that. Again, I have funny reasons for these things. Again, this is like my first bracket where I just look at the teams and I kind of just say what I feel right off the bat without any research, because that's what I think your first bracket should be. And I'm not a hater, but I'm not the biggest fan of AJ Storr because he was so good for Wisconsin. But our best player declared for the draft and then said, you know what? No, I'm not going to go to the draft. I'm going to go to Kansas. And he is putting up probably the same numbers that I would put up if I played for Kansas, which again, I don't want to prey on anyone's downfall, but It certainly does make me laugh a little bit. So I went with Arkansas.
He's got 2-0-0.
Hey,
Is that what he's averaging?
I don't know what his stat line is, but it could be something like that. You think that's what I would average?
I mean,
I'm putting
what?
up I'm putting up 0-0. I get an assist.
I think no.
I get one assist.
I see you scoring before
Oh,
you get an assist.
I don't think I could score. If you keep giving me the ball, if you keep feeding me, I'll put up a three, one, maybe one time I'll hit one, but I'm not sure I can do much else, unfortunately.
I'm saying like you're the number one option. Like they know you suck, but like they're giving you 25 shots in a game.
Because they
Like
know that I
you're
need to
getting two
score.
points.
That's fair. If they know that they gotta just keep feeding me as bad as I am, then I'll eventually get. It's kind of
Yeah.
like the people where it's like I've heard some arguments with Premier League soccer. Where it's like, oh, how many goals could you score in the Prem? And it's like, well, if they put me on penalty kicks, I could probably score quite a few because I probably score a few of those penalty kicks as the season goes on. It's like you're not going to score from open play, but if they put you 12 yards out, you're going to put one in once in a while.
Yeah. I mean, in my prime, oh, that would be a good time.
All right, we've got some fun coaches between these two teams. Omaha, I believe they smash trash cans after they win.
Oh,
And then we have St. John's, the rejuvenated St. John's. I went with St. John's.
I had St. John's until you just told me that Omaha smashes trash cans when they win. And I just almost see that in the St. John's is one of my favorite teams in this tournament.
Yeah,
But something just clicked, man, and they're gonna be doing exactly what you just said that they were gonna be doing.
this one we're gonna have to do a rock paper scissors again because Omaha I think would upset a lot of these other two seeds, but I think St. John's is the wrong one. But I'm willing to rock paper scissors with you right
A
now.
lot of these other two seeds,
A few of these other two seeds.
you think they knock out Tennessee?
Yeah, that's the one I was gonna say.
Wow. Wow.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. What do you got? Paper?
St. John's it is.
St. John's is going through. I'm sorry, my friend. All right, Midwest region. Houston and SIUE.
H-Town?
Yep, easy one for me. Gonzaga or the Bulldogs?
Give me the Bulldogs.
You have the Bulldogs?
Yeah, I got the Bulldogs.
Yeah, wait, are they both the Bulldogs?
Wait, yeah. When you said that, I was like, wait.
You have Georgia.
Yes.
Okay, I have Gonzaga, but just because, and this is probably a hot take, but I've got a friend who's a big Georgia football fan. I'm normally saying go Dogs during the season, so I'm gonna have to say go Dogs, and I'll put Georgia through. All right, Clemson and McNeese. I like both of these teams actually,
Me
but
too.
I happen to go with Clemson on this.
I also went with Clemson. I think Clemson's gonna make a deep run.
It's gonna be close
Um,
though, McNeese. I think they're gonna keep this one close. Maybe
yeah, within 12.
I was gonna say single digits, say nine.
Very well could be.
Guess we'll see. Purdue and High Point. I saw a great video of fans in the stadium or the arena for High Point, and they were praying that they were going to get this game because it's being played in Providence. So it's a game where they can actually get to and travel. And they were very excited. So it was a cool video to see. However, it's going to be the Boilermakers. Boilermakers.
I you know,
You got High
the
Point.
last time we saw Purdue in this tournament, they had a big guy by the name of Zach Edey.
Yep.
Now they're looking at the big guy on the other side of the floor with High Point. They got a 7-footer that leads the nation in rebounds. I see that guy playing a big part in the loss, and I'm having Purdue.
Wait, what? You're putting Purdue? I was ready to be like, fuck it, let's put High Point, but I'll do Purdue.
Honestly, give me High Point.
You know what? Fuck it. That's what I'm
Give
saying.
me High Point.
Guys, I have a change of heart. Let's do High Point. Come on.
Yeah, I talked myself into it, then I talked myself out of it, but now we're back into it.
We're doing it. All right. We got our final play in between Texas and Xavier. I had I don't know who I had going through actually. Because you know what's funny, dude, is I'm looking at my I got my I'm an old fashioned guy, so I've got my printed out bracket, and I believe I have yeah on I have Xavier circled on my plan, but then I have Texas circled on my actual bracket. So I actually not sure who's going to go in. However, it doesn't matter because I put Illinois.
Wow.
What did you have?
So I don't have Illinois. Let me just preface it by that. I'm not
Okay.
taking anything away from them. I think that they're a good team, you know. No great team loses by 40 or however much they lost to Duke at Madison Square Garden. That was just a abysmal performance, and I think that Texas and Xavier are not your normal 11 seeds. I think that no matter what, this is going to be a tough game for Illinois.
So here's what I'll do then. Well, if you don't want to put Illinois, I'm happy to then just defer to you and I'll let you say,
No, we're taking Illinois
you
here.
want to take Illinois?
Absolutely.
Okay, I believe in Illinois a little bit. But I think honestly, I just was more in favor of picking Illinois because I was so obviously torn between Texas and Xavier. But
Understandable.
I went with Illinois. All right, Kentucky, Troy. I got Kentucky.
I got Troy. Give me
Ooh,
Troy.
tell me why.
Listen, man. Kentucky, don't get me wrong. They have had a great season. They beat really good teams. Troy has not done that. But I think that Troy crashes offensive boards. I think that they're gonna give Kentucky a hard time in that sense. A lot of uh extra chances for Troy
Okay.
could lead to some trouble. They also have a great scorer in his name is Tayton, I believe you say his name. Um, and he's gonna give Kentucky hell. So I think if there's gonna be a 14-3 upset, give me Troy.
Okay, that throws my bracket off a little bit. However, since you lost rock, paper, scissors to me in your St. John's Omaha upset, I'm gonna give us Troy here. So, and I like this little battle between Illinois and Troy. That's gonna be an interesting one. All right, we've got your Bruins and Utah State. Tough one, eh?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think both of these teams are good. Though uh I do think UCLA is ranked a little high here, but I'm gonna have them knocking off Utah State, though it could totally go either way.
I really like Utah State, and I mean, you know me, I don't like the Bruins. However, I do have the Bruins in my bracket, so we will go with UCLA there.
Great.
And then we'll finish off the final first round matchup. I got Tennessee. I assume you wouldn't do another crazy upset, would you?
Tennessee is one of my favorite teams in the tournament. Tennessee will move on here.
All right, all right. Back to the top, yeah.
Let's do it.
We'll try and speed through these a little bit more now that we've kind of had our base reactions and whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but now we could just kind of go through it and pick who we like. We got Auburn, Creighton. What do you got?
Give me Creighton.
Give me. Oh shit! I thought you were gonna say Auburn. Why?
It's
Why?
same reasons I had Creighton over Louis.
Okay. Can we rock paper scissors this?
We can.
Okay.
Okay.
Rock paper scissors. Shoot. Rock paper scissors. Shoot.
Oh, you saw. Oh, that latency is
No way, dude. You can
crazy.
watch it back on camera is the same. Um, however, well, you
No,
know what?
you
No, we can't rock
won.
paper scissors. Yeah,
Auburn's moving on.
I'm sorry, man, but Auburn, we have to. All right, UCSD, Texas A&M. What I had here was I had Texas A&M losing, but I had them losing to Michigan. So I'm gonna defer this one to you here, and I'm gonna let you say your piece.
I think we'll take Texas A&M here. I think they're the stronger squad.
Rest in peace, San Diego. Best 12 seed ever. You did well in the first round, but unfortunately, it ends the here. Okay, UNC, Iowa State.
This is where it gets interesting for me.
Okay.
Um, Iowa State always finds a way to lose before they're supposed to,
Mm,
and I don't see that changing this year.
okay. Um,
Um, but give me Iowa State.
God, you throw me for a lot of loops here. I'm Iowa State. I always tend to pick them, so I'm gonna stick with them here. But geez, you're this is very interesting. All right, Spartans and the Lobos.
Lobos catch fire.
Okay, I this is one where we're gonna have to rock paper scissors. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, it's understandable.
Ready?
Yeah,
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
let's go.
Oh, all right. New
All right,
Mexico,
y'all.
you're
I'm
going
telling
first.
y'all, the Lobos, they're legit.
All right. Duke and Mississippi State.
Give me Duke.
Give me Duke. Oregon, Arizona.
Give me Arizona.
Give me Oregon.
Okay, I'll let you have them.
Really?
Yeah,
Appreciate that. All right. Oregon it is. BYU, Wisconsin.
BYU.
I have Wisconsin, but yes. I really do like BYU. You gave me Oregon. I almost said don't give me Oregon because I was like, man, I want you to give me Wisconsin, but I'll give us BYU here as much as I love the Badgers.
This isn't me pooping on the Badgers season at all.
No.
They had one of the best seasons in the country,
Yeah.
but I just don't think they really match up with BYU as well as someone might think. I think BYU shoots the lights out and they're pesky on defense. I have BYU just interrupting Wisconsin's flow.
And I agree. I agree. I got BYU as well. Again, I would hope for Wisconsin, but I'll go BYU. St. Mary's, Alabama. Who do you got?
Give me Alabama by 20.
Bama. Bama it is. That's what I was going to say as well. Florida, Yukon.
Give me Florida.
As with me as well. Sorry, Hurley, you're done. GCU, Memphis.
Oh, now here's where I kind of wish we went Maryland,
Okay.
but I kind of want GCU. I'll defer to you.
Well, here's what I have is I have GCU beating Colorado State. So Memphis threw me for a loop.
Yeah,
I'm willing to put GCU in.
let's do it.
GCU, you're on a Cinderella run, my friend. Drake and Texas Tech.
Texas Tech hangs on,
I'll do it.
right?
I do like Drake a bit, and I do have Drake, but give me Texas. St. John's, Arkansas.
Give me Arkansas
I
to
got St. John's.
upset St. John's here.
Okay.
Completely understand if you disagree, but I think St. John's is gonna lose a game that they should not lose.
Okay. I'm willing to rock, paper, scissors this one. Instead of rock, paper, scissors, if you trust me, and I can promise you that I'm not going to betray our trust, I can hold a one and a two, so it avoids any last second things. Why don't you
Yeah,
close your eyes right now? Close your eyes or turn away so I can at least show the camera what number I'm going to put. Okay, I've got that. You can open your eyes and you can tell me a one or a two. You've picked a two. The camera knows at home that I had a one up.
Oh, oh, it's meant to be.
So we're going St. John's. And unfortunately, wow, you've lost. You're trying to get rid of St. John's here, and you lost Rock Paper, and the number game. All right, other side, the Dogs and the number one seed, Houston.
I'll let you pick first.
I hate that. I'm gonna go Houston. I didn't even have Georgia going through beating Gonzaga, so I have to go Houston. But did you have Georgia? Because I'm
I,
open.
I was gonna think about spicing it up depending on your confidence in the pick, but we'll stick with Houston here.
Clemson High Point.
Give me Clemson.
Yeah, yep, I agree. Here's the spicy one: Illinois Troy.
Troy.
Really?
Yeah.
just because I have, it's funny because I had Kentucky going past Illinois. Let's go, Troy. I'm down to spice it up. We have, look at that. We got a 13 and a 14 in here. All right. Bruins and the Vols.
I got the Vols.
Bang. Both of our teams are out. All right.
Yeah.
Auburn and Texas A&M. I assume I know where you're going with this one, but
Give me Auburn.
okay. I thought you were going to go Texas A&M because
I know.
thought you were going for Creighton. And then Iowa State, New Mexico.
Iowa State.
Bang. Duke, Oregon.
Oregon.
Oh, I got Duke. And I think we got to do the numbers game here. Would
If
you like
Oregon
to go?
makes it this far, they are not messing around.
I don't think they're going to get to past Duke. And here, why not, I'm going to turn away now. You can hold up a number one or two.
All
You
right. Call it.
two.
So obvious.
Is
Yeah.
it
All
two?
right. All right. Duke's moving.
I'm getting all these picks just based off being lucky with the. All right. Sorry, Oregon. I do love the Ducks. I'm a big fan of Oregon. A couple friends that go there, a couple friends that went there. Big Oregon. I'll be rooting for them if they are in this game against Duke. I will be. Gotta go Duke. BYU, Alabama.
Bama.
Bang. There you go. And on the other side, Florida, GCU.
Florida.
Yeah. Sorry. I love Grand
But
Canyon.
edged, like
Yeah.
maybe by
Really?
2 points.
Okay. I like it. The Red Raiders of Texas Tech, are they going to beat off St. John's?
No.
No, they're not. St. John's. Houston, Clemson.
Give me Clemson.
I do have Houston, but I don't like too many one seeds in there.
Neither do I.
I like Clemson.
Love it.
Unfortunately, this has to be the end of the road for your boys.
Yeah, I think Tennessee's too strong.
Yeah, back. Even though I think they get upset by Omaha. Um, back up, Auburn, Iowa State.
Iowa State's moving here, but give me Auburn.
Give me Auburn as well. And we've got Duke and Bama.
I think Grant Nelson. No, nah, give me Duke.
Okay. I got Duke as well. And the final two things down here, Florida, St. John's. I
Oh,
I'll tell you what, I have Florida and St. John's in my Elite Eight,
yeah.
and I have St. John's going through. Now, if you have any objections, please object.
I think I would object, but I'm not going to here because I like not having like 3 1 seeds is a little excessive for me.
I like it. St. John's into the Final Four. Clemson, Tennessee. You like both?
Clemson.
You're going Clemson.
Clemson.
Yeah, I had Clemson going further than Tennessee anyway, so bang. There are our final four: Duke, Clemson, Auburn, St. John's. I will say, because I know you didn't do a full bracket, Jack. I did, and I will say that two of my teams, and I'm not going to tell you which ones. Perhaps you could guess, but two of my teams in my bracket are in the final four here.
St. John's and Duke.
Yes. Could you guess my other two?
Um,
I don't think you could, to be honest.
I think your other two would be hang on here.
I'll
Do
give you
you
20 bucks
have
if you can
do
guess
you
one.
have Michigan State?
I do have Michigan State.
Okay. And then the other one that you would have is Houston.
Oh no, I had Houston getting beat in the Elite
So
Eight.
you had Purdue or Illinois?
I had Kentucky.
Oh, that's crazy. That's craziness.
Nope, I had Kentucky. I had Kentucky, Duke, Michigan State, St. John's.
Interesting. Okay.
Anyway, all right, Auburn, St. John's. What do you got?
Um, oh man. It's a
Ooh.
good game. I got St. John's.
I got St. John's too. I didn't have them going. I had Michigan State going to the national championship, beating St. John's, but I had them beating Auburn, so I got to stick with St. John's here. And then Duke Clemson. No fucking say it.
Uh, man, healthy Cooper, it's Duke.
So Duke.
Yeah.
Bang. All right. The national champion, 2025, the Final Four in San Antonio, Texas, April 7th, the big game. Who is your national champion, Jack Weisberg?
We're going with, I mean, in this scenario, it's Duke, man.
Bang.
It's just Duke.
Duke. And that is
Hate
what
to
I
see
have as
it.
well. That is my
Man.
national championship winning team. It is Duke. So there you have it. Before our final thoughts, it will be Duke beating St. John's in the national championship on April 7th in San Antonio. Jack, your final thoughts on this bracket. I know there are some things you would like to change, most notably the fact that you thought St. John's was going to be upset in the first round, so they shouldn't be here in the national
Whoa.
championship. And you also thought that Oregon would then beat Duke. So both of these teams in here, you may not think are going to make it. This is not too far off from my prediction, which is Duke over Michigan State. However, I have to again say that this is my hurry bracket, so I may have a different outcome in my other bracket. But are you happy with this or no?
I'm happy with it. I think that I don't really mind that much that St. John's got past the first round at all. Because I can't see them going to the Final Four, but the team that I think might have been left out was Alabama.
Okay.
Don't know where we had them getting out, either Sweet 16 or Elite Eight, but it's a hell of a squad they got over there. I love Grant Nelson.
Yeah, Bama's. I mean, funnily enough, had Wisconsin upsetting Bama, heading to the Elite Eight and then losing to Duke. But that's just because it's me, and whatever. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, overall I'm happy. I think we did Michigan State a little too dirty, if I'm being honest. I'm a Big Ten guy, so if there are two teams that I can mention here, is I think we did the Spartans dirty, and I also think we did their neighbors in Ann Arbor, the University of Michigan, a little dirty too. I don't want to take anything away from UCSD, but I think Michigan is a little bit of a better team than we may think. Um,
Agreed.
but that's neither here nor there. Our national champion is Duke, one of the best programs, obviously, in men's basketball history. And we are going to have more episodes as the bracket goes along. And perhaps in the Elite Eight, we'll have a re-bracket. Definitely the Final Four, we're going to have an episode, and then we'll do something for the national championship. But you heard it here first, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day 2025, that Duke are going to be the champs. Jack, any final words before we conclude?
Well, if you're watching, you're gonna want to subscribe. You're gonna want to like this video. Um, Aiden's a hell of a content maker, and he gets me on here sometimes for some cameos. Um, and we deliver. And if you don't think so, you should have already clicked off the video. Why are you even listening to this? So
Maybe they have. Maybe,
ne-
maybe
good point.
once we did one of our upsets, maybe they clicked off. But
Very good point.
yeah. But anyway, well, that does it. And hopefully we can keep recording videos because we have a lot of things coming up. We've got the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, MLB opening day is coming up. The Dodgers play tomorrow morning in Japan at 5 a.m.
NFL free agency,
Yep, yep. We got the draft coming up.
NFL draft.
I mean, geez, we have a lot to go. What else are we missing here? The Premier League is concluding. I mean, lots of things happening in the sports world, which means lots of videos to come, hopefully. And my final word here is we all know who the real national champion is going to be. And it may be Duke, but it may be Bucky. Could you imagine UCLA, Wisconsin in the Final Four? Winner goes to the national championship. We'll see. But anyway, that does it. Aiden Michaels, Jack Weisberg with me as always. This was Double Overtime, and we will see you in the next video.
We out.